Good day to my lecturer, Madam Ida, and my fellow classmates. I'm Naresh Jai Krishnan from Bachelor Education Multimedia, and my metric number is 0122019090071. I'm here would like to present about my proposal defense presentation assignment 2, and my topic is the fundamental study of multimedia in education. Chapter 1, Introduction, Background of the project. Multimedia is a combination of more than one media type such as text, image, audio, video, and animation usually assist in technology to improve comprehension of multimedia. Oral instruction with the use of static and dynamic image in the form of visualization technology for better expression and understanding the hardware and software used to create and run multimedia applications is known as multimedia technology. And 1.2 Problem identification. Multimedia is a platform was a part of curriculum at the Department of Energy Technology in years 1994 to 2004. The experience was the collected along the years several evaluations were done. The platform was improved to meet the requirement of educational in the heat and power technology industry instructional field. Another pedagogical evaluation of the effort was weighted to support or reject initial assumption was during the development, such as evaluation was the goal of the thesis work. And also the result was of the evaluation was expected to give the preliminary view of the computer education of the pre-research, but not the aim in the pedagogical research, which would be demand more resource and profound scientific base basic to perform. Next, objective of the project. The first is to identify the strongest and the weakest elements of the platform from this perspective of use by the learners. Next, to identify the typical scenarios of the platform use in the terms of times and place. The third would be the to collect the information and know how on the subject corresponding to the most useful platform elements. Next, to judge the value of the platform and to prepare the guideline and the suggestions for further platform development. And the last would be to collect information about practical integration of the computer technology into the curricula for the newcomers in the field of content development. Next, significance of the project. To the importance of this project is that it can guide students to be more motivated to learn, enhancing their learning experience by bringing the educational aspect to the game. Students can be use what they learn in school to further progress in the game. Additionally, they learn in the school to further to introduce the immersive story, colorful setting, and easy to understanding game missions to keep them engaged. Not only that, but that it also can raise awareness on how video games can be used for educational purposes as well and avoid the stigma to that society hold video games and having a negative impact on study on student lives. Next, scope of the project. The target audience. The target audience would be the primary school students, aged around 12, would be the main target audience for this project as they will be involved in the learning experience in science subjects. Scope of the content. The content of this project would be developed based on the sixth grade science textbook. It's combined with the gameplay elements such as characters, background design, story, and game machines. Assumption and limitation. A very effective learning. Multimedia is a very effective way to learn. It helps students to retain their information they have learned. Media can also be used to create visual for learning tools such as PowerPoint presentation, website, and blogs. More applying over traditional work to use of multimedia is a powerful and versatile that it can be very effective in learning a group, educational group, company individuals, while traditional lecturers have limited time spent. Multimedia can have an ultimate unlimited time frame. This is why many companies invested in promoting videos trending to keep their attention to their employee for a long period of time. The next would be Chapter 2, Literature Review. And the introduction is this chapter provides an overview of the literature of the basic study of multimedia education. The basic concepts used in the research work are discussed in detail previous. Research on this multimedia work, theory, educational, teaching English as a language, foreign language, the narrative approach and some related work is also reviewed. The state of the art is explained in more detail in the next sections. Review of current situation. In the world of education these days, lecturers aren't the sole suppliers of data anymore. However, they are offering additional as a guide, manager, and investment within the teaching and learning process. The utilization of source approach and technique out to suit all students who have totally different learning abilities. The next is review of related literature. Multimedia technology is a position to meet a bright learning necessity and for any sort of student and on condition that it is equipped with a decent style of teaching method and also teaching theories and appropriate teaching approach since the utilization of multimedia system as affording demonstration tools, tutor and tutorial tools. And also in another study, multimedia has been shown as the best technique in increasing the information consistency in memory because its approach involves many receptors and stimuli according to E. Ahmed in 1993. These are the review of the related products. And the next is Chapter 3, Research and Methodology. The next is Research Approach. This chapter describes the diverse research method to study the multimedia learning in light of the wide range of method to study learning with multimedia and to stay in line with the focus of the handbook. I target experimental research where the variation of the multimedia design is tested against at least a control design. Thus, I omit case studies, technical developments, design-based research. And this is the research approach. On this mission, the study method to be able to use is a quantitative studies as the focus, greater quantifying the records, series and evaluation to create a courting among the studies and public opinion. The next is research design. This study will be a mixed method design which is a produce for collecting, analyzing and mixing both quantitative and qualitative data at the some stage of the research based with the stage of the study. To and also to understanding a research problem more completely. The next is research question. What are the crossovering between work and home and other domains of life in the experience of approaching the new ICTs? How does the technology help break down the boundaries or used to reinforce them? And the next is, what are the issues that makes adoption of use of ICTs difficult, such as to create their ambivalence between benefits and problem and needs practical and social resources to cope with them. The third would be how important the local social network as resource and factors in difficult technologies and the appropriation process. The fourth would be, why do people not adopt new ICTs that are becoming popular all around them? And what does it mean and non-adopters? Can we also ask people resist technologies change? The next is designing the field work. This research design builds on research done into use of technology and media in the home in the various other space using the quantitative research method. This describes the methodology attempt to present some of the specific tools and experience used in the form of design of the research and the development and interpretation. The next is analysis of data. With each interview lasting between 1 and 2 hours, computer aids were used to assist the management and analysis of the mass of the interview transcript. The first job was to try and extract from this material quotes corresponding to all the issues I have raised and look for the new ideas and issues arising directly from the correspondence works. This is other study objective. The study aims to find out the impact of using multimedia on the female students' academic achievement in the computer and its use in education curriculum through knowing the difference of academic achievement between the female students who were given the lecturer by using multimedia program and those who were taught by using technology method. Teachers, discussion and dialogue control group. And this is the study recommendation. The study recommendation, according to the study result, which initially indicated the effective use of multimedia compared to the traditional method of teaching, using multimedia in theoretical faculties. Expansion in multimedia in teaching other theoretical curriculums and stress them use computer is an educational tools in teaching. Giving teaching courses to computer teachers regarding the use of multimedia in tracking educational subject provides that these courses will be able more over the academic year. And the last would be conducting more studies on using multimedia in the academic curriculum in the university's atmosphere. That's all for now. That's all for myself. Thank you for watching.